The Archaic period, spanning from the 8th to the 6th centuries BCE, marked a time of rebirth and transformation in ancient Greece. Emerging from a period known as the Greek Dark Ages, this era witnessed the rise of city-states as the dominant political and social structure. These independent city-states, or poleis, dotted the Greek landscape, each with its own government, laws, and cultural identity. This period was characterized by a revival of art, literature, and trade. The Greeks established colonies across the Mediterranean, from Spain to the Black Sea, spreading their culture and influence. The development of a new alphabet based on the Phoenician script revolutionized communication, leading to a flowering of literature, including the epic poems of Homer, the Iliad, and the Odyssey. The Archaic period laid the foundation for the cultural and intellectual achievements of the classical period that followed. It was a time of innovation, exploration, and the formation of a distinct Greek identity that would leave an indelible mark on history. The rise of the city-state, or polis, was a defining feature of ancient Greek civilization. Unlike the sprawling empires of the ancient Near East, Greece was fragmented into numerous independent city-states, each fiercely proud of its autonomy and identity. These city-states varied in size and power, from the mighty Athens and Sparta to smaller, lesser-known poleis. Despite their differences, Greek city-states shared common characteristics. At the heart of each polis was the agora, a central marketplace and gathering place for citizens. This was not just a place for commerce, but also a hub for political discourse, social interaction, and religious ceremonies. The Acropolis, a fortified hilltop, served as both a religious sanctuary and a refuge in times of war. The competitive spirit between these city-states, while sometimes leading to conflict, also fueled innovation and cultural achievement. Each polis strove to outdo its rivals in art, architecture, philosophy, and military prowess, resulting in the extraordinary flourishing of Greek culture during this period. Among the many city-states of ancient Greece, Athens stands out for its pivotal role in the development of democracy. While other polis experimented with different forms of government, Athens embraced democracy, literally meaning rule by the people, to a degree unparalleled in the ancient world. The road to Athenian democracy was long and gradual, marked by periods of social unrest and political reform. Early rulers, known as tyrants, held absolute power, but their rule often paved the way for greater citizen participation in government. Leaders like Solon and Cleisthenes implemented reforms that expanded the rights of ordinary citizens and established the foundations of Athenian democracy. By the 5th century BCE, Athenian democracy had reached its zenith. Citizens, defined as free-born Athenian men, participated directly in government through the assembly, where they debated and voted on laws, declared war, and formed alliances. This system of direct democracy, while not without its flaws, represented a radical departure from the monarchies and oligarchies that characterized most ancient societies. Athenian democracy, while revolutionary, was not without its limitations. Only male citizens over the age of 18 could participate directly in government, excluding women, slaves, and foreigners. Nevertheless, the Athenian system of direct democracy represented a remarkable experiment in self-governance. The heart of Athenian democracy was the assembly, which met regularly on the Pnyx, a hill overlooking the city. Here, any citizen could address his fellow citizens, propose laws, and engage in debate. Decisions were made by majority vote, with every citizen's voice carrying equal weight. Beyond the assembly, Athenian democracy functioned through a complex system of elected officials and magistrates. These officials, chosen by lot or election, oversaw the day-to-day affairs of the city, implemented the laws passed by the assembly, and served as jurors in court cases. This system ensured that power was distributed widely among the citizenry, preventing any one individual or group from gaining absolute control. Section 5. Socrates, Plato, and the Search for Truth. The 5th century BCE in Athens witnessed a flourishing of philosophy, a field of inquiry that would profoundly shape Western thought. Among the most influential figures of this period were Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle, known as the Big Three of Greek philosophy. Socrates, an enigmatic figure who left no written works, is known primarily through the dialogues of his student Plato. Renowned for his sharp wit and relentless questioning, Socrates challenged conventional wisdom and encouraged Athenians to examine their beliefs critically. His method, known as the Socratic method, employed a series of probing questions to expose contradictions in people's thinking and lead them to a deeper understanding. Plato, deeply influenced by Socrates' teachings, explored a wide range of philosophical questions, from the nature of justice and beauty to the ideal form of government. In his famous work, The Republic, Plato outlined his vision of an ideal society ruled by philosopher kings, individuals with the wisdom and virtue to govern justly. Section 6. Alexander the Great conquering the world. The story of ancient Greece is not just a story of intellectual and cultural achievements, but also of military conquests and the rise and fall of empires. Alexander the Great, King of Macedon, stands as one of the most renowned military commanders in history. His conquests forever altering the political landscape of the ancient world. Alexander's father, Philip II of Macedon, had already united the Greek city-states under his rule, but it was Alexander who would lead them on an unprecedented campaign of conquest. Ascending to the throne at the young age of 20, Alexander embarked on a mission to conquer the Persian Empire, a vast realm stretching from Egypt to India. Through a series of brilliant military victories, Alexander's armies swept aside the Persian forces, conquering vast territories. He founded cities, established trade routes, and spread Greek language and culture throughout his empire. Although his empire fragmented shortly after his death at the age of 32, Alexander's conquests left a lasting legacy, ushering in the Hellenistic period, an era of Greek cultural influence that extended far beyond the borders of Greece itself. Section 7. Myths and legends, stories of gods and heroes. Greek mythology, a rich tapestry of stories about gods, goddesses, heroes and monsters, played a central role in ancient Greek culture. These myths, passed down orally for generations before being recorded in written form, served not merely as entertainment, but as a means of explaining the world, exploring human nature, and transmitting moral values. The Greeks believed in a pantheon of gods and goddesses, each with their own distinct personalities, powers, and domains. These deities were not distant, uninvolved figures, but actively intervened in human affairs, rewarding virtue, punishing transgression, and shaping the destiny of mortals. From the epic tales of Homer's The Iliad and the Odyssey, to the tragic plays of Sophocles and Euripides, Greek myths provided a rich source of inspiration for artists, poets, and playwrights. These stories explored themes of love, loss, betrayal, revenge, and the eternal struggle between good and evil, resonating with audiences across the centuries. Section 8. The Art of Ancient Greece, Beauty and Perfection. Ancient Greek art stands as one of the most enduring legacies of this remarkable civilization, its influence still visible in art, architecture, and design today. Guided by ideals of beauty, harmony, and balance, Greek artists created works of extraordinary skill and sophistication. Greek sculpture in particular is renowned for its realism, attention to detail, and celebration of the human form. From the idealized beauty of the kouros, a type of male nude statue, to the graceful drapery of female figures, Greek sculptors captured the essence of human movement and emotion in stone. Architecture also flourished during this period, with the construction of magnificent temples, theaters, and public buildings. The Parthenon, dedicated to the goddess Athena, stands as a towering achievement of Greek architecture, its harmonious proportions and intricate sculptures embodying the Athenian ideals of order, reason, and artistic excellence. Section 9. The Enduring Legacy of Greek Philosophy. The impact of Greek philosophy on Western civilization is immeasurable. From Socrates' relentless questioning of authority to Aristotle's systematic study of logic and ethics, Greek thinkers laid the foundation for Western intellectual tradition. Greek philosophers grappled with fundamental questions about the nature of reality, knowledge, morality, and the good life. They developed new methods of inquiry, including logic, observation, and rational argumentation to explore these questions. Their ideas spread throughout the Mediterranean world, influencing Roman thinkers and shaping the development of Christianity. During the Renaissance, there was a renewed interest in classical learning, and Greek philosophical texts were rediscovered and studied with avidity. The scientific revolution, the Enlightenment, and the birth of modern science can all be traced back to the intellectual foundations laid by the ancient Greeks. Section 10. Ancient Greece, a foundation for the Western world. Ancient Greece, though long gone, continues to captivate our imaginations and shape our world. From the foundations of democracy to the enduring power of Greek myths, the legacy of this ancient civilization is all around us. The Greeks' emphasis on reason, observation, and critical thinking laid the groundwork for the scientific method and the pursuit of knowledge. Their literature, art, and philosophy have inspired countless artists, writers, and thinkers throughout history. Even today, we continue to grapple with the ideas first explored by Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle. The stories of Greek gods and heroes still resonate with their timeless themes of love, loss, and the human condition. Ancient Greece may be a distant past, but its legacy continues to shape the world we live in.